I went on a date with a man and told my friends about it. Guess who's been ghosted? Yeah, me.
Girls, how are we surviving the dating scene?
I don't know how you girls do it. I don't think I'll ever get a...
Dating in 2026 sucks. Nobody really still keeps it real.
It seems very, very hard to connect in person nowadays.
Today is gonna be a better day, okay? Than yesterday, because motherfucker tried to treat me like I'm average.
What is wrong with y'all?
What is going on with Gen Z men for real?
Men do not chase anymore.
I had the thought, like, if I had just married this man, I wouldn't have to be in this dating pool.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Pearl Chronicle.
Girls, how are we surviving the dating scene? Because it's hell out there. And I know it's all fun and jokes, but it's actually not a joke anymore. Is it too much to ask to want to fall in love? I want to be loved. I want to show love. I want to be able to love someone. And all men want to do nowadays is like your Instagram story. Like, I'm so sorry, but there has to be a better way than Hinge. Like, I just can't. I can't deal with it.
Women mocked romance, normalized casual culture, entertained endless options, then got shocked when men stopped taking dating seriously. Now everybody wants love, but nobody built a culture that protects it.
I went on a date with a man and told my friends about it. Guess who's been ghosted? Yeah, me. It's been 27 hours since I texted him. 27. It's been over 24 hours. It's been a full day. And dude gave me his number and his full name. I've been able to Google him. He's legit. It's fine. He's a legit person. But why haven't you responded? 27 hours. You're the one that invited me to coffee. You're the one that paid, even though I insisted on paying for my half. You just, no, you wouldn't let me do it. You're the one that said to my face, let's hang out Sunday, let's hang out Monday. What are your plans? Let's hang out. I want to see you again. I responded, hey, thank you for breakfast. I really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to seeing you again. That was 27 hours ago. And now I'm standing here with fucking egg on my face. Why?
Modern women juggle so many options that one day without attention feels like abandonment. Men have lives too. Silence for 27 hours isn't ghosting. It's called not being chronically online and emotionally desperate.
I am 42 years old, just recently divorced after 21 years. For whatever reason, last night I decided to accept all 78 men that had added me. Is that what it's called? To wake up this morning to only delete the app permanently. I don't know how you girls do it. I don't think I'll ever get a dating app or website, whatever it is, because if it doesn't happen organically, I don't want it. This world is not for the weak. And Snapchat is horrible. I'm glad I don't have a girl. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. So I will probably be single for a while.
One night on dating apps and she already wants out. Imagine being a man dealing with rejection, ghosting, disrespect, and competition nonstop for years. Modern dating drained everybody.
Dating in 2026 sucks. Nobody really still keeps it real. You know, I mean, I don't know why it's so hard to find somebody that their goals align with mine. I mean, where are you, boo? Like, somebody with dreams bigger than a fucking pencil eraser. Like, just, and like, yeah, let's have a good time. But like, do you have to fucking have a drink to have a good time every single time? These are just a couple of things. It doesn't even matter. I just want to say that I'm like this close to just dating myself forever.
Modern dating sucks because too many women want finished products while bringing half-built lives themselves. They want ambition, loyalty, and depth, but offer trauma.
29-year-old on dating apps, and this is what you have to deal with. So there was a guy I had a date planned with for Saturday. We had been talking for the last couple of days over text, and then the text today happened. Are you guys ready? He had asked me what I was doing. I said, walking my dog, sup with you. He says, shit, he a cute thing, but I'm trying to see more of you, my love. My love? We haven't even met. I'm like, LOL, you'll see me Saturday, my dude. And then I'm like, I'm gonna be real. I feel like I'm getting love bombed a little. Love bombed? Fuck is that? We haven't even met yet, and you're calling me my love. I'm just predicting the future, but I'll stop. Damn, what's up with women nowadays?
Men can't even flirt anymore without getting hit with therapy buzzwords. Call her pretty? Love bombing. Text too fast? Desperate. Pull back? Emotionally unavailable. Modern dating made basic interests feel illegal.
Today is gonna be a better day, okay? Than yesterday, because the motherfucker tried to treat me like I'm average, and I'm far from that, all right? So my Abercrombie or Aerie leggings, my platform Crocs, my God is Dope t-shirt from God is Dope, check them out, and my Mr. T necklaces. Yep. So I'm gonna hang out with one of my girlfriends today, go pick my dog up that I paid to get sitted. Like I said, a motherfucker tried to treat me like I'm average, and I'm far from it.
Dating nowadays inflated so many egos that basic treatment now feels like disrespect. Everybody thinks they're a luxury experience while bringing average energy to the table.
Dating today must be treacherous. If married men have wandering eyes, they will approach married women. I'm speaking from firsthand experiences. And single men do not care that married women have a ring on their finger. Then what are the single people doing? Like, how are y'all finding each other? Because, I mean, I personally wouldn't be looking for love on no dating site. That's just me, though. And Instagram, I don't know. There's a lot of fakes up there. And it seems very, very hard to connect in person nowadays because everyone's always on their phone. How are y'all actually finding love? Or like, how will you guys find love in the future if this is what it looks like now and we're in our mid-20s? I mean,
real connection gets buried under ego and validation. Dating is broken because loyalty became optional and attention became currency. Everybody's entertaining everybody. Nobody trusts anybody.
Saturday night, it was maybe like 10 p.m. It was a little late, but not for a Saturday. I had FaceTimed him and he didn't answer. So yesterday on Sunday, he texted me and is like, hey, you called me last night? And I was like, yeah, I was just trying to see if you were outside, because he's always trying to clock me and say that I'm outside drinking or something instead of going to the gym. So I was basically clocking him back. And he was like, oh, I thought that you were calling me to give me some top. I said, what the hell? Why would I be doing that? He said, well, that's just what I assumed. I said, well, I love the optimism, but you're wrong. What is wrong with y'all?
Men used to risk rejection trying to be respectful and romantic. Now a lot of them skip straight to sex because modern dating rewarded lust more than genuine connection. Everybody adapted to the culture.
Men do not chase anymore. And you got some men that are brave enough to tell you they're not going to chase. And that just don't sit well with me. So who gonna be doing the chasing? Like, you comfortable with telling me you a feminine man? Because dominance is going to chase. And I don't fault just the men, because why aren't they chasing? It had to been some type of revolution where women evolved to be doing most of the chasing for the men to feel like they don't need to chase.
Why pursue hard when half the time you're competing with 10 other guys, getting tested or called desperate for showing interest? Men stopped chasing because modern dating punished effort and rewarded detachment.
I've never said this out loud before, but I think Gen Z men might actually be too far gone to be dateable at this point, because it felt like they watched one of those dating coaches, initiated all the steps, but just fumbled it at every, I need us to get into this. It might prove that a lot of Gen Z men don't interact with any women at any point in their day-to-day life. Okay, lock in women's fear story time. First of all, I was only at this Kentucky Derby themed fancy rich boy party because my friend was bartending it and she invited me to come along, and so I just pretended that I worked there and helped her. Listen, when I say I'm a side quest heavy person, this is what I'm referring to. Anyways, I walk into this event. It's mostly older people, right? But immediately there's this group of guys in their younger 20s. They see me. I feel like a gazelle that was just spotted in the wild. My cortisol levels spike. I'm being hunted now. For the rest of the entire event, I'm going to different locations in this place, and they're following me, continuing to stare at me, but never approaching. But eventually I'm half standing behind the bar with my friend, pretending to work and help hand her stuff, and these finance looking bros in their suits and cowboy hats, which it looks like they had on hand, they did not buy for this party, so I'm already scared, approach me. Sort of. They come and stand next to me as if they're waiting to order something, but they never really do, and they're like breathing down my neck. Also, mind you, at this point they've had like 2 or 3 hours of prep work to prepare for this interaction. Now, I didn't realize all the drinks at this event were free, so one of them finally comes up to me and goes, "The next one's on me." And I just go, "Oh no, I know the bartenders." And then they all look at me blankly. I didn't realize that was supposed to be their intro joke, and I immediately just killed it. And they clearly came with no follow-up, and because they're men, they're terrible in a crisis situation, of course. After that, you could have told me it was 5 minutes of silence or 5 hours. I couldn't tell the difference, but it was so uncomfortable because they just stand there staring at me to the point where I pretend to be on my phone answering emails now, and they're not engaging. Eventually, another one of them gets up the courage and says, "I see you're drinking a seltzer." And I go, "Yeah." Another like 3 straight hours of silence. No follow-up at all. Finally, one of them actually asks me my name. "Good job, boys." And they tell me their name is Eric. And I go, "Oh, so you're Nordic." And it looks like a bomb went off in his brain. Like he didn't realize women could know things. And he was like, "How did you know that?" And I was like, "Eric is a Nordic name. Also, we're in Minnesota." And he said, "Yes, but is it with a C or K?" And I said, "With a K, because with a K is usually Nordic." And he's looking at me like I'm blowing his mind for just giving him some basic facts. At this point, I'm carrying the conversation as well because I'm just so uncomfortable. Eventually, of course, the conversation dies for like the 10th time because I'm no longer picking up the ball, and there's just 7 more hours of silence. And then they ask, "Well, what's the game plan after this?" And I say, "I don't know, probably going home." Like that's the moment in which you tell me what the game plan is. And they're like, "Oh, come on, it can't be the end of the night." And I was like, "I don't know." Again, they don't give anything. They're expecting me to tell them where we're all going now. I was just curious if they could land any baskets at this point.
Gen Z men didn't become awkward in a vacuum. They grew up watching men get mocked, rejected publicly, called creepy for approaching, and replaced by dating apps. Now women are shocked the social skills disappeared.
I understand people go through things in life and probably not emotionally available and they just want it to be casual, but like men have to be honest about those kind of things, right? I'm not the kind of woman that's going to be casual, especially, and I mean this in the most humblest way, right? A man of a certain age that wants to be casual with me, if I wanted a friends with benefit, I would do that with somebody my age. Notice the energy of the intentional men versus the men that want something casual, right? So immediately cutting off the men that want something casual. To take it a step further, if I wanted a friends with benefit, I could do that with somebody with a lot more resources. I can date somebody like myself that works a 9 to 5, or I can date somebody that is an entrepreneur. I can date within different tax brackets. Right? Been trying to steer away from men with too many resources because it gets a little weird over there. But I'm starting to notice that once you want something normal, it gets a little weird over there too, because you feel offended when those men with limited resources, I'm going to say limited resources, when they feel like they have the ability to cheat, to be unloyal. It feels like if I wanted a cheater, if I wanted to deal with that, I could have dated somebody with a lot more resources. I could have dated somebody in a different tax bracket, right? Because that's the weird that I'm talking about. I've dated entrepreneurs that they feel like they have leverage. And some people may agree that's a certain kind of leverage that will make a woman turn a blind eye to the cheating. You want something normal and you go and date a guy like yourself that works a 9-to-5 job and he's unloyal, he's a liar. The audacity that you feel in your soul, in your bones, you know, it turns you completely off. I almost got married in 2024. And then by 2025, I was single and I was celibate all year. And then I started dating and I started to realize how piss poor the dating pool was. And I had the thought, like, if I had just married this man, I wouldn't have to be in this dating pool, first of all. If I had married the wrong man, would that have been better than me dealing in the dating pool now? I don't know. Let's just hope that whoever it is I find, that he is worth this whole thing. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to end it there.
Modern dating convinced everybody they deserve perfection while giving almost nobody peace. Men with money cheat, broke men cheat, average men detach because the whole culture stopped valuing loyalty and genuine connection long ago. Anyway, that's enough for today. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, like, share, and stay tuned for the next video.